What's up, everyone? It is the Biotech Buzz. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful afternoon. Vivi, how are you doing?
Good. A lot of hi. Good.
Hello,
How are
hello,
you
hello.
doing? I don't
I'm
know why
doing
I'm
good.
having delayed. I'm having like a double sound. I couldn't now. Like let me. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Let's make sure that's not an issue for you. You don't do you have YouTube open?
I don't have YouTube open. Okay. No. Now I'm good. We're
All right, we're
good.
good. Sweet. Okay.
I don't have. Oh no. I'm listening to myself. It's crazy. This is no good. No, this is not good. I am listening to myself. Let me just make sure I close everything.
Let me make sure your echo cancellation is on. If you need to, might have to leave the studio and come back.
Just a second. Is it better? I think so. We're good.
We're good?
Yes.
Okay, yay. Yay.
They say that my picture is bad. Is it better too right now or no?
Yeah, I think the connection is improved, so I think we're doing better.
It has? Okay. So I had a bunch of tabs open, and for some reason I had the YouTube open too. So I was listening to myself and I'm like, what is this? How are you doing, Rohan? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, in the chat. How are you guys doing, everyone? Ready to talk some biotech?
Yes.
All good, all good.
I was
glad you're
very
doing good.
organized today. I wrote it down, all the tickers that everybody's been giving to me. So if they throw those tickers at me again, there's one ticker that kind of stick out that I think I want to talk about it today. Well, first of all, let's just talk about the ones that I've been holding, right? Right now, we are super excited for BioChrist, BCRX. Rohan, can you put that one on the screen?
Let me pull that up. BCRX.
I know, guys, KMPH, I can't even believe it. The heaviest, shortest stock right now above GME. It's GMC. What is the name of it? GameStop. GME.
GME.
It's
yeah.
Nuts. Completely nuts. Fundamentally, nothing has changed. I believe that this is going to be a really good company that essentially is going to get bought out. So I am holding, I had a position. I had more than I wanted to. So I sold some, but I still have a lot of shares and I'm holding long. Travis Amico is amazing CEO. And he was one that sold Vyvanse within 5 weeks of approval to $2.7 billion as Shire. So I am fundamentally, nothing has changed. So I'm holding. The stock is being heavily manipulated, very, very heavily manipulated. So, and then do you have the screen on for BCRX, Rohan? I don't know, for some reason I cannot find you here, as I always have a problem in not finding my stream.
Lost me in the tabs.
I lost you. Oh, here you go. I found you. Yeah. So, okay. So BioChrist, guys, I'm really, really excited for this. It's been one of those that have been standing the bear market. We haven't had a huge dip on this one. Today, it's been a great day. I talked to you guys about it, start talking about BioChrist since it's 4. We are having March 22nd. We're having the Factor D pipeline. Some data is going to be released. And we're still expecting Q2 for European approval. So I'm very bullish. I feel like if we can prove of a concept with that Factor D pipeline, we can have this company be worth $80 a share. Even $80 a share is cheaper than what Alexion got bought out for $32 billion. So I am very, very. The market has been super unstable. I think this week it might be okay because we have the stimulus and everything else, but I wouldn't take for granted this market because I feel like we are still going back to some correction. But BCRX is one of those companies that and NKMPH, that fundamentally nothing has changed and I'm still holding. Now, Rohan, can you put the KMPH just to show everybody the chart, how bad it is? And that's what I was trying to explain to you guys.
And so do you think BCRX is, I know you're holding, you think it's still a buy right now? I know, so you're talking about how the
Absolutely, it will
market.
be a buy, you guys. I mean, with the catalyst, we have the Factor D on the 22nd, and then we have the Q2 approval in Europe, and plus we're gonna have more sales for the the drug for HAE. BCRX is still undervalued, in my opinion. But here you go. So KMPH, right? Are we on KMPH right now?
We are, yeah.
Completely, I told you guys it was a low float. I told you guys that I expected to be, I was a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be at least $25 a share open approval. So we got to $20. It was even before the market opens, and then completely dropped like back to 10 bucks. So it's just to show you, like, right now with the market conditions that we are on it, I feel like whatever we do in PDUFA, expect a big drop because people are just really, really selling the news, like I told you guys. So I, because of the tax purposes, I saved a lot of it, because I still feel with their pipeline, the ADHD drug is just like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to potential. And they're going to have the first only a medication for drug abuse, for narcotics. And I'm very, very bullish about KMPH. But right now, the conditions of the market and the taking over, the shorts, there's over 55% of a short interest in this company. So we are going to be manipulated for a while until we start getting royalties paid by, Korean. And after we start seeing sales, I think that those short sellers are going to remove themselves. But until we don't have any sales to produce, I think that we're going to still see, I don't think it's going to go below $9 a share, but it's going to be stagnant for a while. And it's a bummer, right? But that's exactly what I told you guys to play PDUFAs. Once you get to PDUFA, unless you want to pay taxes, sell them all, but you always have an opportunity to come back. Always. It's like textbook. So another thing I wanted to tell you guys is that so I have I'm still holding ATRM. That's another big example when it comes to holding a stock. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, because you have a market downturn like this, your money is stuck. You cannot hedge against your portfolio. You cannot buy anything at a discount prices. So I'm holding ITRM. Do I want to hold? It's kind of a bummer because PDUFA is not until July, but it's not my whole portfolio, right? So I refuse to take any loss on that, because I know fundamentally we also going to have a new antibiotic, So July is the PDUFA for ITRM. Now, out of all these, you guys, look at that. Out of all these lists, there was one company that stood out. A lot of these companies here are still phase 1, phase 2, not enough cash. So there's one. So hold on, I'm going to tell you guys. But first, I wanted to update you guys. Can you put it up, Horan, and SPR?
Of course.
Yes. So NSPR. So I just listened to the webcast for you guys to help you guys with some DD. So the biggest achievement for them this year was to get the IED, to begin trials in the United States. And that is the biggest effort. Their trials start in June. And they have a money until 2023, which is great news. So you're not going to see a lot of dilution. The only thing holding over our heads is that RS. So am I happy that I bought a lot of shares and now they announced that reverse split? I really think that we shook out the weak hands, and people already know that RS is going to happen. Look at the share price. It's below $1. So I think that we shook out anybody that does not hold this long term. But I do have some money on the side to add more in case the reverse split, we see a drop. But here's the thing that I'm very bullish about it. Even at a reverse split, we're going to have the float is going to stay very, very small. So a very small float stock, we're going to be balanced as soon as we have a catalyst. So when you look at our financials, I thought it was really, really interesting. So they had a 1.3 million sales the quarter before Q4, right? And then they had a $738,000 sales in Q4. And the reason was, obviously, with the COVID, any kind of elective surgery got postponed. Only emergencies, people are overwhelmed in the hospitals, right? So because of that, they had a reduce in sales. So their sales was 738,000 against the 1.13 million the quarter before because of a COVID. But they had a settlement with this company, a litigation settlement from 2014 that they had to pay $580,000. That was against what their sales, because in the US, when you report sales, you got to report minus that litigation. So it looks like they made no sales at all because of that. So they have that out of the way. Their financials are very good. They will have the start trials in June. And then every quarter now the COVID's out of the way, and then they expanded. So they expand. They have a regulatory in Brazil. Brazil is the biggest market after United States for elective surgeries. They are having just started regulatory in China. China is going to be another huge market. Their top priority is to fund Sea Guardian trial in US that's led by top cardiologists, and they have money to fund that. So, and then one thing that I really liked what they said they have the value and security of that. So they are superior than a competition when it comes to that kind of a procedure. So I'm still very, very bullish here. I would, if I was a new investor, I would not buy until we have their vote, their RX on the books. I would not buy here for sure. So I'm stuck. I'm already bought it, so I'm just gonna write this out. But I just wanted to be very honest and truthful with you guys and face value. I wouldn't buy it at exactly this moment, but long term, this is top 10 on my IRA. It is going to take a little patience. It's not going to be overnight, but I believe that as we start the trials and have other sales from around the world, we're going to see a huge improvement. So another thing that I thought was really interesting, they sold 21,000 CGuards to date too. So they're expanding globally. So that would be it, my DD. I hope I help you guys so you don't have to listen to 30 minutes of a conference call. So
that was awesome.
That would be like my overall. So now when it comes to, you guys want to hear my stock that I pick? Can you put Horan there of all of it?
Before we get to that, before we get to your stock pick, your big stock pick, I did want to take it back just to KMPH for a second here, because there was an important question I think I missed.
And somebody asked something really. They're not diluting you guys for NSPR. They're not diluting that has nothing to do with dilution. They wanted to do a reverse split to be able to uplist on NASDAQ. They're on AMAX. And now, because we had this correction last week, we needed to reverse the split to also keep compliant. So that has nothing to do with dilution. I didn't say that we're diluting NSPR at all. It has to do with a reverse split. So go ahead, Rohan.
All right. And I actually just I went, because you're talking about it last week, I went and made sure I knew what a reverse split was and all that. I had to do my research so I could understand. That was new to me. But so for KMPH,
yes,
we had a question from Lucas, who also donated $5 to us. So Lucas, thank you. He says, can you discuss the G13 filing for KMPH? He just noticed it. He doesn't think people are talking about it, and he thinks it's important that.
Oh, okay. So let me pull that out. It's gonna take me a little bit because I did not see. Is that has to do with maybe the warrants? Maybe that's why. Let me just see if that is the warrants. I talked to guys about that last time I was here. How there was more dilution, right? So can you ask them if that's what he's talking about the warrants? Okay, I see. No, there was a filing today. Okay, let me check. Share voting percentage. Okay, schedule 13G. Okay. So just a second. The memorandum of this cover shall fulfill. Okay, Isn't that still part of the warrant? So is 700, correct me if it's wrong. Can you ask the person that asked if it still talks about the warrants? Because I think that is what we're talking about. You know, it got diluted and the float got bigger. And that's why they think that there was a downgrade on a share price, but it's still, even with the bigger floats, I calculated and I told you guys.
Yeah, so he said, I believe he responded, "Yup." So like, I do think he was talking about the warrants.
Okay, so I addressed that with you guys, that, you know, we used to have a 7 million float, and then with the new warrants that was increased to 32 million float. And even though at a 32 million float, the share price, yeah, it's going to be less than 28 what the price target was, but it was still, this is like still 50% on the value. And so when you look at the whole pipeline and place, I do feel that Korean Travis Mickle was trying to prove the concept on their molecule and their prodrug, and now they have this technology to apply to other molecules. And I really don't think that Korean is going to want to see this company slip down their fingers and not buy it. So I feel like KMPH is a huge candidate for buyout. But yeah, so for the new people out there, when you see a stock price fall, obviously it's only 32 million float, so you're gonna see a decline in the stock price because there's a huge variations. But when you do issue a lot of warrants, it doesn't have to be all at once, but you're diluting the stock, and therefore you devaluing the price of the stock. But that $9 is ridiculous. I still feel like it should be at least for $15 a share stock. So hopefully I was able to that was an additional 700,000, but those warrants already account for. And I think that the drop is due to low flow, the short sellers, and the way the market is behaving right now. So they're going to take advantage of anything that doesn't have a catalyst. And right now we don't have a catalyst until we can pre-sale. So that would be my. So let me tell you guys what I'm really excited to talk to you guys about. See that whole list here. So when you guys shoot numbers, tickers at me, hopefully I can have them here. But it's one of the tickers that I want to talk to you guys about is SCYX. Can you put that up for me?
What was that ticker again?
S as in Sam, CYX.
SCYX. And this was brought up last week, right?
Yes. So there was a lot of questions, and I got thrown like 20 tickers. So the reason I like this company, okay? So things to look for when you guys are searching for biotechs, you got to look at how far is the catalyst, how much money they have, and what the float size is. And the reason I like the float size is that the upside is going to be bigger if we have good news, right? And when we have a float size of like 190 million, it's going to take a lot of news, a lot of volume, a lot of demand to bring the price up of the stock. So I like this company because this company they have a $96 million in cash. The float is small, $17 million float. And they have a catalyst coming in June 1st. So let me pull that for you guys real quick on a biopharm catalyst. So I had a few people asking about this company. So that caught my attention, you guys, because we have a catalyst coming, okay? So we have a oral, it's for vaginal infections. It's for vulvovaginal candidiasis, whatever you call it, and is on the priority review for June 1st. So first of all, we have a catalyst here, right? A big one. Then we have also phase 2 that is due for second half of 2021, and we also phase 3 data also due for the second half of 2021. So there's a lot of going on with this company. So this company has money. They have a low float. So when we have good news, this thing can go like from $8.55 to $15, $20 because the float is small. So, and then let me just give you guys really quick pipeline. So let me just, and that's what caught my attention because we have a catalyst coming up. So let me see. And hopefully now when you guys shoot numbers at me, I have some idea what you guys want, and there's always going to be one or two tickers that's going to stood out, like SN, SESN with that competition of Ketudra. That looks really, really interesting. But it's June, I think. So I'm putting my watch list because I want to buy that stock. Okay. So the pipeline is, yeah, so they have a lot going on, for this company. So the priority approval for another one is for prevention of current VC is for next year. And then the approval for June 21st. So I would definitely say this is a buy. It's only March, April, May, June. That's 3 months out. That's a good time. If you guys, obviously I think it'll be a little dead money for a while. But here's the thing with the market conditions and how we having so much of a correction, is good to play up PDUFAs with the low float stock, so the stock's gonna move. Does that make sense to you guys? Now you guys can give me questions.
All right. So I'm looking to see if we have any questions about SEYX first, so we can stay on this.
Yes.
Someone commented SEYX 6/18 called in. It's a 6, yeah. So 6/18, is that like a split that he's referring to?
Yeah, he's talking about the date of the PDUFA. Yeah, and then somebody's asking me about AUPH. I'm a hold long. I'm a long holder there for lupus nephritis. I feel like if we can show and we have a good early adoption on the product, I think we can see this being a candidate for a buyout. It's top 10 on my long-term account. AUPH. I think I've been around with AUPH since it was $5 to $6. So I'm a big believer.
Okay, there we go. Boom. And yeah, I just blanked there. June 18th. That's what it is.
Yeah, Jeff told me SCSN. I think it is going to be amazing. I just need to know to put on my watch list. When is the PDUFA for that? I think it's coming up in May or June. So I have to look. So what else? Any other questions?
Someone commented, are you confident PDUFA will go through for SEYX?
Okay, I have not looked into the data. So like I told you guys, PDUFAs are very, very risky. There's a 20% of a failure. But if you have and here's what I've learned, you guys. I will buy now this is my strategy moving forward. I think I want to do this, is that if I don't know the data that well, I will play the PDUFA a month before, I will sell before approval, and then put on my watch list for that approval, because you still can get in and day trade that stock the day of. There's always opportunity to move in. So I recommend anybody to roll through PDUFAs. I mean, you guys stood there with me with the KMPH, it was nerve-wracking. But I haven't not gotten into, I need to study the phase 3. I needed to see if it was like a completely flawless data. I have not had a chance to that. So I can get back to you guys on that in the next show. I'll take a look at the data, and then I'll run by a physician too. I have a lot of friends who are physicians. If I don't feel 100% confident that is a good data. But again, if it's a phase 3, a lot of times you only get, that's another thing I was going to tell you guys. ANX, for example, how messed up is that they had a trial outside of the US, in China, they submitted a new drug application. Nobody complained. Nobody said, hey, we want to see trials of a patient population in the United States. And once you then we will feel better approving. So big disappointment there, because, and my assumption was when you submit a new drug application is that FDA is going to give you the okay to submit it for approval. So I lost a lot of money there. I'm still holding because they've been producing revenues with their product, and the product's only being out for 3 months. So I'm holding just to see how much more of revenues, and the inside ownership is so big. And I love seeing companies with a big inside ownership, is because they are in the best interest to make the company succeed, right? Because their own money is their own money. So that's how I feel. I still feel positive ATNX because the insiders are so big on it that everybody's going to want to see the company succeed. So I am holding. And I was going to tell you guys, one of the things that I really like about BCRX, when it was $3.80 and 5 months before PDUFA, there was 90% institutional ownership. So that means that the big toots are behind it. So that's another thing for you guys to look at when investing in pharma.
Boom, the knowledge drops. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen maybe 3 takers repeated a lot in terms of requests. So
yeah.
Let's just go through some of those. Can we talk about OTNX?
Oh gosh, you guys know that I'm biased about this company, right? Because I felt that I listened to the conference call. I'm really good. Like when I invest in companies, I listen to the conference call on ONTX. The 72-year-old CEO, speaking how positive he was feeling on the phase 3 data, and how I'm feeling really, we're really excited to start the process of a new drug, applying for the new drug application with FDA, to then drop the data 4 weeks before. 4 weeks, I was gonna sell 80%. I told you guys, only 3 out of 10 companies can't pass through phase 3 data. I was about to dump 80% of my shares like 2 weeks before, and they drop us the big bomb 4 weeks before. So they rescheduled their reverse split voting, okay, for April 1st. The reason I don't trust them is because their float is over 200 million. What do you think companies do when they have big float? When they have a big float and they have to still issue more shares, you're diluting the stock even more. So I don't trust them with the reverse split. I think they'll do reverse split because they want to reduce the float. To do what when you reduce the float? Issue more shares. You issue more shares to raise more capital. And guess what? ONTX only have a phase 2 product. And then they're like talking about how successful was in rat. Let me tell you guys, rats, if every product was successful with the rat studies, we would have found a cure for everything. So what is good on rats doesn't mean it's going to be good in humans. So I think that company is a scam. I'm sorry. That's my piece.
All right. Hot take.
That's my piece. I don't trust the CEO. I just don't trust it. So HALI, guys, I am huge on this company. I feel like this company, can you put up Rohan?
HALI, right?
HALI.
HALI or HJ?
HJLI.
Okay, yeah, I saw a bunch of comments for that one.
It is a rant, you guys. That guy is his scum artist, the CEO. He's a scum artist. I'm sorry. I don't trust the company. I wouldn't hold through an RS vote, period. I wouldn't. So, okay, HJLI is the reason I'm still holding on and a bag holder is because they have a small float. That's another reason. A small float, you have one news, you have everybody go in, the volume, like the last time we had news, it went up to $17 a share because the float is so small. But they're gonna have the only device to help with the CVI, which is very debilitating disease for the veins in your legs. And the only thing they have right now is bandages. So they're starting study. This company, guys, is gonna be a gold mine. It's gonna be amazing. But again, if I would suggest to you, if you are considering investing, go on the website. Go to the website and look at the presentation. You'll be blown away. So this company is gonna be, it's definitely a gem, but it's gonna require patience.
All right. Next one, let's talk about. Can we talk about ANVS?
ANVS. Somebody's talking about Tumbo. Yeah, an SPR Tumbo. What I'm supposed to do? Fundamentally, nothing has changed. You don't have a patient. I'm not trading here, you guys. I'm an investor. I'm investing value. I told you guys I want to find the next multi-bagger. I told you guys I want to find the BCRX at a 380 that's going to get me to $30, $40, $50 a share. So I'm not here to talk about you guys just a quick flip pennies. And SPR, if you stick around, it's going to be a $10 stock. If you don't have a patient, sell it. But don't come and blame me. Oh, it tumbled. Of course it's tumbled. We're in the middle of a market correction. What do you guys think on the middle of a market correction? It's going to be the first stocks are going to get hammered. Small bio, that's the risk you take. But if you think of the stock fundamentally, you believe in it, you stick with it. And if you don't, you just trash it. But don't blame me. What is the name?
ANVS.
ANVS. No, out of all these, look at this.
That's going on the notes. It's going on the notes.
Put
for the next one. There we go.
NNVS.
All right, there are a couple of other ones, and then let's do two more today, and then we'll call it for today. Can we talk about ITRM?
Yeah, so ITRM, I just like you guys got stuck on a swing in the middle of a correction. My swing became a long-term hold. I'm as guilty as you are. I'm a human as you are. The reason I'm not dumping, because I have no problem dumping, taking a loss and moving on. But the reason is we have a July and we have a PDUFA. So I am not 100%. We had on CRL last year, but I think they got their ducks in a row. But I'll definitely think that we will, by the summer, we'll have a better market, and then we'll be able to play, the PDUFA run up. So I feel like they have this really good antibiotics that's going to address a lot of issues with the people that are resistant to antibiotics, especially with the UTIs. So I am holding, but am I happy that, my average is $1.80? No, I'm not, but my average was above 2, so I was able to lower my average. So it's just a matter of a waiting period right now. So.
All right. And folks, make sure to drop a like if you are here for Vivi's rants and knowledge drops, because I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this high energy show. I wish I had the air horns, Luke's air horns. I need to get that.
I wish I had a button like a Kramer and be like, that CEO is a scammer.
There we go. Boom. I love it. And folks,
by the way, I got hit a lot on Twitter for I had to delete my tweet. On NTX because I got so much hate of people drinking the Kool-Aid. I deleted because I don't want a drama. So if you guys see a delete tweet from me, it's because I'm getting heat, and I don't want to be in a crossfire of all the traders, and they say you should never bash the stock. I'm real, you guys. I'm going to give you guys a DD, and I'm going to tell you my opinion. It's not going to be all bed of roses all the time. So yeah, I got hit for talking about ONTX. So we'll see April 1st.
Yeah,
if we're gonna get their ass.
Haters gonna hate. So
we'll see.
There we go. And folks, really quick, I just wanted to plug real quick our Twitch channel. For those of you who view on YouTube and who maybe are, Twitch fans, you like that interface better, you want to watch us all day without any interruptions, we have our all-day stream going out to Twitch. So make sure to follow us on Twitch, because if you're a daily viewer, maybe that's a better platform for you.
People are laughing at me. Hey guys, by the way, everybody, I got a feedback. I'm gonna create my own YouTube channel. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna leave this channel, but I really want to give you guys the content, of finding the multi-bagger and just how to navigate around bios, how not to get stuck with dilutions and RSs. So I am gonna do my own channel. Stay tuned. So I'll be doing one ticker, less than 10-minute little videos about why I believe a certain stock is a winner. So stay tuned.
There we go. Stay tuned for that, folks. Because I think they'll love the more Vivi content. I saw your tweet about that, and I was like, boom, that's gonna be a successful channel right there. So
yes,
absolutely go for it. And all right, folks, I think if you guys want to drop any quick questions for next episode, we can pick it up. But
yes,
that, did you have any final thoughts?
Somebody's blasting CHMA. Is that a stock? Okay, Emma, I got your message. CHAM. Okay, I'll take a look. Geez, okay, Emma. I got you. I told you guys, Shintan, you are here late for the BCRX. I told you it's a buy. I have a friends buying now more for the data review on March 22nd. So I have 9,000 shares I'm revealing here of a BCRX, and I feel like we're gonna get bought out one day. So it's definitely like a $40 share one day. So I'll wait.
Boom.
So yeah, do not spam, you guys.
Yeah, we got it. We see you. All right. Well, that was an awesome one, Vivi. And yes, if you want to see BCRX, scroll back to the starting. We hopped in that real early. But yes, it's a buy according to Vivi, and I will definitely be taking a close look at that. Can't say what I'm doing or not doing, but I'll be taking a look at that one for sure. All right, folks. I think that's going to be it for us today, but we will see you
guys. Okay, I guess Emma is really passionate about CHMA, so I'm very curious.
She's excited.
I'm really excited to see. I might crush her dreams if we have a phase 1 studies. It would be like you sit on your money for 5 years. So, but
she did comment. She commented, "We appreciate you being real." So I guess she's ready for you to either call it how it is, you know. So
yes,
there we go.
Okay, bye, you guys. I'll see you guys on Twitter. Bye, Rohan. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to Rio de Janeiro to see my family tomorrow. So, you know, I'm going to have Vivi. Who knows? Maybe I might be, maybe I'll try to tune in and, you know, be like, I'm staying in Oceanfront Hotel. Maybe I try to tune in and show you guys Ipanema view. I'll figure out what my schedule looks like. If not, let's see each other for the week of the 20th.
All right. Well, enjoy your trip. I will be very jealous, but you know, have fun with family. All right.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, bye, you guys.
Bye, everyone.